45 miles is a long run, any way you want to slice it. So I was pretty exhausted through that anyway. Um, but great experience in the um, one of the major takeaways with that experience in particular, and you get different realizations throughout the different ones you do, but there's no question that my mind is radically stronger than my body. And if you are convicted in your approach in your mind, man, your body is capable of doing way more than you think it is.
Can you talk about that a little bit? Because I've stole a line from my friend Al Said, who's a great mortgage producer, and I've stole this so many times in my coaching. I always try to give him credit. Is that commitment is going to trump motivation 99 out of 100 times. Like nobody wakes up in the morning motivated to go look at tax returns or look at payment processing spreadsheets. But it's like, I'm committed to being good at my job. You're committed to being good at your job. And same thing, like even if you break your foot, the mind can get you through another 30-mile run. So can you maybe relate that to business or these personal adventures where like, yeah, commitment is just so much more powerful than motivation?
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's, the mindset and the strategy and the sort of conceptual things, and then there are the tactics to getting there. But I think it starts with decision, and decision and commitment could be synonymous, perhaps. But for me, it's the idea that once the decision is actually made, and once you actually are committed, you don't ask yourself the other questions. And so one of the things that one of the experiences I went through, and I guess this applies to everything, but I learned this lesson of you need to, and I mentioned this earlier, you need to think through the worst case scenario ahead of time, so that not because it's going to happen, or not because it's very unlikely it's going to happen, but you need to think through what these bad scenarios are, so that you know how to behave in the moment. And in business, if you don't think through the worst case scenario and then it happens and it blindsides you, you don't have a plan for it, right? And if you have thought through the worst case and something bad happens to you, you at least you're like, oh yeah, I knew this might happen, and boom, and you have an action plan immediately. In the case of endurance events, I've had a couple scenarios where it's like, I want to think through how I'm going to feel at a certain moment, so that when that thing happens, I've already decided that this is okay. And so one of the things with rim to rim to rim and other events I've done is I decided that there is a likelihood I'm going to get hurt doing this, and that's okay. And part of that is I had already made the choice when that foot got broken, it was okay. And I'm going to keep going either way, right? Unless like the bone is coming out of my foot and I have no way to move forward, I'm going to keep going. And so I think creating the parameters around what's acceptable and what's not are the driver for me to keep moving in those situations.
That's fascinating. I'm reminded of, I can't remember if it was in Dean Carnazzi's book or one of these other crazy ultra marathon runners, where he's like, yeah, I had made the commitment that until I went blind in both eyes for losing too much nutrition or too much nutrients out of my body, then I wouldn't quit. So when I only went blind in one eye at 3 o'clock in the morning, 85 miles into this 100-mile run, I decided I could keep going. I'm like, in what fucking world are you blind in one eye? And you're like, yep, I'm going to keep trail running along the mountain because I got to finish this 100 miles so I can get a $7 trophy. I was like, it's a pretty amazing testament to what the body can accomplish once the mind's there.